Hey guys, it's me, Mario, and today we're out here outside the closet. Yeah, we're outside the closet. That is right there. Hopefully the audio records. The reason I am out here is because we don't have a light bulb for the lamp yet. So I'm out here today. Hopefully the audio records, and then again the audio didn't record on my old phone, and hopefully it records on this phone. Hopefully you guys can hear me well. Today we're going to continue Nanook, the snow monster. Look at her right there. Chapter 5. Let's get reading. Oh yeah, and I finished the inking in and a little bit of the coloring of my dragon portrait right there. Most of the dragons didn't fit. Actually, most of the dragons did fit, but some of the other dragons and the small dragons, like dragon mites and all that, they didn't. Couldn't really make it detailed. I couldn't make them detailed as much as I wanted to. So, I am making them on a separate piece of paper. And as you can see, I started coloring them in. Alright. Onward to Nanook, the Snow Monster, Chapter 5. The Expedition. The next morning, Tom woke at dawn. The bonfire had died to a large mass of glowing ember. He had a plan, but first he needed to borrow a sleigh. He shook Elena awake, and silently they crept away from the fire, leaving the nomads sleeping. Silver padded quietly after them. The chief had posted guards around the camp for the rest of the night, to watch out for any more snow panthers. The animals had stayed away, but their hungry howls had echoed throughout the night. Tom and Elena found Brandon on guard at the edge of the camp. Looking out towards the ice fields. "We must leave the camp now," Tom said, "but we need a sleigh. Can you lend us one? We can't travel fast enough on foot, and our horse isn't used to the ice." Brendan looked at them sternly for a moment. "Have you ever driven a sleigh?" he asked. "No," Tom admitted, "but Storm and I make a good team. We'll soon learn." Brandon studied him closely. "I think there is more to your mission than collecting herbs. Why else would you need such a fine horse? Not to mention a shield and sword." Tom smiled awkwardly, but said nothing. Brandon sighed and said reluctantly, "I can see I shall have to trust you. All right then. Come with me." He led Tom and Elena to the stables, where they found a sturdy sleigh made from tree bark and skins. It ran on solid wooden runners. Tom sat on the driver's seat with Elena and Silver settled behind him. Storm needed special rids. Storm needed special rigid horseshoes to help him grip the ice, and held himself patiently while the clan's blacksmith nailed them into his hooves. Meanwhile, Brandon explained how to steer a sleigh, showing Tom and Elena how to pull on the reins with short, measured movements. Once they were ready, Brandon guided the sleigh outside to the ice fields at the edge of the camp. Good luck, Tom and Elena," he said, then added, "My son is convinced he saw a real snow monster. I had always heard that such beasts protected the kingdom's people, rather than trying to destroy them. But there is a nameless danger that we talk of these days. The rumor is that it lies north of these ice fields." I need to learn how to breathe while reading. "In a wild valley beyond the snow dunes." "Thank you," Tom said, smiling. "Be careful with my sleigh," said the chief. "I will," Tom said. Then he flicked the reins and shouted, "Go, Storm!" The stallion neighed, and a moment later the sleigh was moving north towards the ice fields. Elena waved goodbye and Silver yamped joyfully. They were off. Brandon raised his hand in farewell. I need to drink real quick. Hopefully the audio is recording. If it's not, I'm gonna be very peeved. Hopefully it is. And I'm reading it out loud enough. Hopefully I'm reading loud enough for the audio to pick up. Well, let's get onward to the reading. Tom slapped his reins against the front of the sleigh and gave a swoop of exhilaration. Storm picked up speed, responding swiftly to Tom's sure tugs on the reins. His ears flattened, and his eyes narrowed against the icy wind. So, excuse me. And he pulled the sleigh faster and faster. Clouds of ice and snow spraying from his ridges, from his ridsed horseshoes and the sleigh. Tom felt Excitement surged through him as they bumped and careered over the uneven ground. The snow on the ice field was so bright and it was blinding, and the cold bite of the wind whipped the blood into his cheeks. They passed soft white bumps of snow dunes and jagged ice crevices, glittering pools of water and rushing streams. They were dozens of places Nanook could be hiding, but Tom couldn't see any more telltale footprints or hear anything that sounded suspicious. Soon the sleigh passed through the broad valley that rose and fell in great white sweeps. Yeah, I think it's sweeps. This must be the valley that Brendan told us about, said Elena. All around them was flat white wilderness that seemed to stretch on forever, surrounded by snow dunes on each side and interrupted only by clusters of spindling trees with wide flat leaves. Tom noticed that the sleigh made a different cleaner noise as it scraped along the ground. We must be on the smoother ice, he called back to Elena, remembering Brandon's warning. Tom wondered if this was thick or thin ice. Were they traveling over solid ground or a lake on the floor of the valley? At the same time, Tom noticed how warm he felt in the thick, fur-lined coat that Brandon had given them. Even out here on the icy plains, that couldn't be right. How could there be a snowstorm one day, then a heat wave the next? What was happening to the weather? Phew, I'm boiling, said Elena. Echoing his thoughts, she took off her fur-lined coat and threw it over the seat beside her. Suddenly, Tom heard a thick cracking sound. He looked down. There were pools of water beneath the runners of the sleigh. Eleanor had seen the same thing. Tom, she shouted, I think the ice is melting. He caught a glimpse of glittering turquoise water that looked much deeper than a puddle. Then he realized that the ice had slits open and the water underneath them must be a lake. Just as he thought, he felt sweat spring out on the palms of his hands. The water was a beautiful color, but he knew it was fatal. If the sleigh plunged into the freezing water, they would all die. Whoa, Storm, Tom shouted, and the stallion slowed to a halt. But as the horse stopped, the sleigh lurched suddenly to one side. Eleanor screamed, and Storm gave an alarmed whiny as the ice started to break beneath his hooves. Before Tom could do anything more, the sleigh rolled again, collapsing Eleanor over the side and throw the ice into the deadly water. Okay. It seems like that they went out, found a warmer spot of the Icelands. The icy plains. Yeah, found a warmer part of the icy plains and fell into water. Yeah. Here's them arriving at the warmer climate. And then the cracking happens, and then... yeah, that happens. I don't know if you could see that. I wonder why Ellen... oh yeah, because it was getting too warm and then she took it off, and yeah. They went to a warmer part of the ice fields, and yeah, that happened. I hope the audio records on this. I hope. But it's not certain, so I hope this records. I do hope so. If not, I'm gonna have to record in the dark closet again. And I really don't want to do that without that extra light source, so yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Next Saturday, hopefully. Well, we'll see you guys on Saturday next week. I don't know if I'm gonna go live today on Twitch. You guys can ask me on Twitch, whatever you want to ask me there. I'm gonna be live for about 30 minutes, I think so. Yeah, 30 minutes. Well, I hope you guys enjoy my videos, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Next chapter of Beast Quest, or the next Dragon of the Great Dragon book. Well, I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. See ya. Hope you're having a good day. Bye. Hope you subscribe. Hit the bell. You know the rest. Subscribe, hit the bell. Make sure you're notified every time I make a new video. Alright. Bye. See you later. See you next Saturday, hopefully. Bye. Okay, bye. Bye. Bye.